What I'm about to share with you, I use in the Forex market, I use the stock market, in the futures market. This is a strategy that I use in any market because in the end, whatever trading you are doing, let's talk for a moment. Let's be practical for a moment. Anytime I'm trading, for example, the chart you see on your screen right now, the dollar yen, doesn't matter the time frame. This happens to be a 240-minute chart or a 4-hour chart. Am I trading the dollar yen or am I actually trading the psychology of the dollar yen? I mean, does the dollar yen have any real value? If I were to liquidate whatever it is that is the dollar yen, does it have any real value? Well, it's arguable. You could say, sure, there's value in the U.S. dollar, there's value in the Japanese yen. But, to actually discover that and trade what is quote-unquote real value, that's an illusion, isn't it? The market is a forward-looking animal, okay? And I don't care what market you're talking about. And this is really the base, the foundation of everything that I do in the market. That's what we're going to cover this first here, and I hope I get this across as clearly as possible. We are trading opinion. Markets are moved by psychology. And we are ruled by our emotions. So what we trade, what we think, what we see, it's all psychology. Now, I'm not going to go say that we need to go become, there's a lot of books on trading psychology out there, and I find this both good and bad. I think it's a topic that's one of those endless topics that we can write about forever. And the fact of the matter is, unless your descendants are Vulcan, there's no way you're going to remove emotion from your trading, even if you use a system, because you're going to worry about the system. Okay, so for those of you that are thinking, wow, discretionary trading, that's so risky, so much emotion, I'll be a systems trader. If you think systems traders are able to remove their emotion, think again. Okay, so my point here is we are trading emotion. So when we start to think about how we are going to map out this emotion, how are we going to measure emotion? Obviously, that's very difficult. Can you measure it by fundamentals? Wow, how do I measure a fundamental emotionally? I can see the reaction. I can look at past releases to get an idea of the kind of volatility that accompany it, right? But the best way to map out anything is to be able to measure it. If you're looking at a map or a chart, there's a scale. That's how I know how far point A is from point B. Well, that's what a price chart does for us, okay? So I'm not saying that if you're going to adopt a more technical, and I don't even consider myself a technician, I consider myself a chartist, okay? But if you're going to adopt a price-oriented point of view of the market, okay, that does not mean you ignore fundamentals. It does not mean you ignore geopolitical events. It simply means you understand that they are factors within this mess of psychology that we're trying to measure and understand. And the only way, again, you can measure something is to know where point A and point B were at the time of certain events. And again, that's what a price chart does. So that is the way we're going to look at the market. Nothing more complicated than that. The two forces that are going to rule the market, well, the biggest force is external psychology. What is the market at large thinking? Okay? The second force is internal psychology. I think there's entirely too much dedicated to internal psychology. I can make the pursuit of understanding this mass in my skull for the rest of my life. That is an endless, endless journey that all of us are on right now that will never end. Okay? What we're really trying to do as traders is get ourselves out of the way as much as possible so we can understand external or market psychology. So while I certainly applaud and I do believe there's a space in our studies for internal psychology, I think a lot of traders get obsessed with that. And they forget, in the end, the only way to profit from market action is to understand external psychology and not let our internal psychology get in the way. All right. So when I talk about external psychology, what am I talking about? Let's cover that for a moment. Let's talk about specifically external psychology.